Well, now that I'm done flying with the boys for the day, I put a new AC dryer on here. I'm basically replacing the whole AC system today, minus the lines. And yeah, so dryer accumulator is replaced. Compressor's up next. So as you can see, I've got the belt pulled at the moment, and a new AC compressor over there. I got to undo all these lines. It's already got the correct amount of oil in it, so that's good. I don't have to fiddle with it. But I do need to see if there is a high pressure switch on the bottom of this, because that's gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm gonna have to go buy a very specific tool if this does have a high pressure switch on the back side of it. We'll see. We'll see. This one has a good connection right there, so that's good. That should just plug right in. Should be gravy. Yeah, so got the two front bolts loose. Now I gotta take off these lines and then pull the back two, and then we're gonna drop the new unit in there and then redo the whole thing. Yeah, and then the tensioner pulley's on the bottom, so you gotta get up underneath the car to loosen the tensioner pulley and then get back up on top, remove the belt. It's a big job. It's annoying. It's definitely annoying. Having the proper tools is a big help, that's for sure. But yeah, so this car's still hot. I got back a while ago from flying and it's still hot. It's getting hot again really quick in Florida, and I gotta have AC. So you know, this car got a used engine put in, a used transmission, and a used rear end. So I've said I think there's enough used parts on this car. We're just gonna go ahead and slap new parts on it now, because I think it's worth it. The truck is such low mileage at this point. It's got like 100,000 miles with all the used things that we put in there. So it's like, you know, this truck's probably got another 5 or 6 good years left in it. It looks like hell. It's a little beater, but it's just a work truck. I just got to have air conditioning. Girlfriend will never ride me if there's no AC, and the kids will definitely never get in this thing. And I don't have power windows. They're roll down, so yeah, we're doing all that. So I think this failed a long time ago. This is an original part. This car's from 2002. It's pretty old. So I'm gonna pull that bolt. We'll go ahead and get these lines off of here. Once the lines are off, then I can pull that back plate off, and then we can pull the whole unit out. I'll switch the back plate to that. We'll drop it back down. We'll start redoing the job. Then we're done. Refill the AC and see if we got cold air. So wish me luck. I'm telling you, man, having the right tools. They design all this shit specifically to fuck with you. Little tight spaces and stuff you need very specific tools for. I promise you. Be in a world of hurt without this thing. Alright, well, let me finish this up. I'll see you guys in a sec. 15 on the front, and on the back of the unit is 13. Make your life easier if you can. Try to fit a tool like this up in there. There's that one. Got so many tools going on here right now. So we'll set that right there. We can't lose it. We'll take out this guy right here. Come on. There we go. Set that right there. Yep, same length. So we'll put those up there. And now we're going to do the front, which now I have to switch out. They've gone so many different sizes on the bolts here. It's actually getting really, really annoying how many size change outs I've had to do. And so that little, for the 2 lines that was right here, that bolt, that was a 13 as well. Then those were 13, so you needed an angle wrench. I mean, this thing's just been all over the map with its sizes. It's been really, really frustrating. But like I said, having electric tools really simplifies your life. Use them to your advantage if you can. You know what I mean? Simplify your life as much as possible. Alright, that one should come out by hand. There it is. It's almost out. There. I'll set that one up there. Now let me do the other one and get back to you. Should be it. Should be able to grab this one now. Pull her on out of there. Ah, here we go. Alright. Oh yeah. Set her down just like that. The new one should pop on there. However, I need to see if I have new seals to go on here. I need to see what I've got for washers and new seals, because those are horribly degraded. So I got to go into my goodie box over here. As a mechanic, you always got to have a lot of stuff laying around with O-rings and gaskets and stuff for AC systems like this. So I do enough work on cars as well as motorcycles to have the necessary things. So as you can see, there were some squash washers on there, so we're going to pop those off. I'm going to go ahead and put some new squash washers on there, and I think we'll be good. Then we'll be able to slap her back on there, and I might even put a little bit of gasket sealer around there and then seal it up, because it looks like somebody else already did, so may as well follow suit. I'm sure those squash washers work great, but you know, if you can not have to go back and redo a job, not that that's difficult, that's pretty simple to do, but we'll pop those off there and we'll go from there. I'll drop in the new unit. I need to look at the bottom of this one and make sure there's not a sensor on there. Okay, so that one's the same way. A lot of times this piece right here requires a pressure switch, and it looks like this one does not. That one came identical. It goes on multiple vehicles, and that's why some vehicles require that pressure switch, some don't. This one clearly does not require it. So those are the two front bolts, those are the two rear bolts, and that's the one right there. So two front bolts, that's the bolt that holds on the lines, and those are the, I'm sorry, two front bolts, two rear bolts, and that's the bolt that holds on the line. And then you got to go back through, plug everything in, so on and so forth, put your belt back on, make sure you got your serpentine layout correct, and then it says if you have AC, it goes over the top of this one, so you can't really make mistakes. Just follow your guide, good to go. Make sure your unit also has the proper PEG oil in it. A lot of people will go to install these and not realize that they need PEG oil, which you can get from your local hardware store. This one did come with it, but I've done enough AC systems that I have PEG oil around. Yeah, there's some PEG 46, and so just make sure that your unit comes with PEG oil. But this one came with it, so didn't have to worry about it. So let me replace those squash washers and we'll go on to the next step here. So as you can see, I popped off the squash washers, and you can see those were pretty degraded. They should look just like this, brand new. So we're gonna go ahead and pop a set of new squash washers on there. We're gonna clean those first. Clean the attachment around here, put the new squash washers on, and then we'll go ahead and slap the AC unit back in this thing. Alright guys, this unit is mounted. Little secret for you, this has the PEG oil behind it, so before you remove this plate when installing the new one, wait until after you install it, then remove this plate so that you don't leak oil and stuff all out, all over the ground. Oops, that's the wrong size. What is that, a 14? Maybe a 14? Look at that, it's a 14. Alright, so, like I said, size jumping. Let's take that out. Keep this bolt, because you might have to use it on your new setup. Let's hope you don't. But this bolt might not be the same as that bolt. You won't know. So just keep that bolt, don't do anything with it. We're gonna try to sync this now. As you can see, I put the new squash washers on there. They're nice and fresh. And yeah, so let me pop those lines back on, and then we can put the belt back on, then we can refill the AC unit for the first time and see if she produces cold air. Let's go. Alright guys, this unit is mounted. Little secret for you, this has the PEG oil behind it, so before you remove this plate when installing the new one, wait until after you install it, then remove this plate so that you don't leak oil and stuff all out, all over the ground. Oops, that's the wrong size. What is that, a 14? Maybe a 14? Look at that, it's a 14. Alright, so, like I said, size jumping. Let's take that out. Keep this bolt, because you might have to use it on your new setup. Let's hope you don't. But this bolt might not be the same as that bolt. You won't know. So just keep that bolt. Don't do anything with it. We're gonna try to sync this now. As you can see, I put the new squash washers on there. They're nice and fresh. And yeah, yeah, so let me pop those lines back on, and then we can put the belt back on, then we can refill the AC unit for the first time and see if she produces cold air. Let's go. There you go. The belt's been rerouted all the way. That's your tensioner pulley. It's almost the bottom one next to the harmonic balancer right there, and then oil pump, so on and so forth. But the belt's been reseated now, so looks like you gotta get up underneath the car to do that. And now all we have to do still, it's a lot cheaper doing it this way than paying a fuckload of money to take it to a shop. Good hour of my time, and that's about it. So everything's back on there now, belts all the way around. Like I said, just follow your simple little guide of greatness right here. If you get confused, it's really simple. Did it all myself, didn't require any help, so quite possible to do it. Bolts on the front 15, bolts on the rear 13, and bolt that holds this into place is also a 13. Don't forget to get yourself some new squash washers. And now I'm going to put those lines back on, which is as simple as just feeding this up underneath here and getting it back into place, putting the bolt in, and I'm done. That's it. We can refill this system, and we should hopefully have cold air after that. So let's do this. Dan, never a dull moment with Dan. I'm always at a project. Every car I buy doesn't have air conditioning. That's why people sell them for so cheap. So if you're willing to do your own AC work on these things, they normally end up getting pretty good deals on vehicles. So all right, I'll clean up some tools and get ready to fill the system for the first time. Let's go. All right, so before we get started here, I'm going to show you guys what my AC is currently at. As you can see, I have it on. Let me just turn these off so they're just out of the way. Oh, I don't even know which way these go. Damn it. Oh, there we go. Boy, these haven't moved in a while. All right, so before we get started, you can see 4 cold, max AC. And there you go, 102 degrees coming out of there. Pretty hot. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. And I'm going to teach you guys a slick little trick here. Let me actually turn my fan on. Teach you a slick little trick, because what they want you to do is bring these back in. And as you can see, my clutch is not currently spinning right now. They want you to bring these into the shop to activate the AC after you refill it, which I'm going to do here myself. So I'm going to teach you guys a slick little trick to help you out. Go find your AC relay. In this case, it's right here. And if you flip your relay over, you'll see it says 87 and 30. And if you flip it this way, you can see where those prongs are. So 87 is right there, right? That's that back prong right there, and 30 is that front one. So you need to activate your air conditioner to be able to fill it. If the system registers it doesn't have enough Freon, even if you start filling it, it's like it's not activating the clutch, go get you a paper clip, put it in the rear one right here, and put it in right there, and as you can see, the clutch just activated. So I bridged the connection bypassing the relay, and now you can see the clutch is spinning. So now that the whole system's on, go to the low side here, pop this on there. Shouldn't have any pressure in the system at all right now, and we can open this up. Oh yeah, look at that, she's thirsty. Remember to do this on a good hot engine. There it is. You just heard the car idle change. All right. So we're going to try to keep it between the green and blue, maybe a little higher. It's not going to affect anything. You'll see it'll keep going down as it pulls it into the system. And every once in a while, we're going to tip this on its side like that. A couple seconds, and then like this. We'll let that sit for a sec. Then we'll go up like that. Let it sit for a couple seconds, and then we'll go like this. This is exactly how you're supposed to do it, based on the can. Like that. And like this. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute so it can just fill by itself. And let's go see if we're getting any cold air yet. Let's go see what's going on. Alright, no cold air just yet that I can detect. Nope, still pretty hot. So we'll let that run its course until it gets full enough, and hopefully we start getting some cold air. If not, I can pretty much assume that's the problem. Well, let's hope for the best, plan for the worst, right? I'm willing to replace the whole system if I have to. I'll be back with you guys in a minute. Alright, let me show you what it's down to while I'm driving. There you go, 62. And there you go, 50s, 59. Yeah, so we got AC, but I'm still lacking a little bit. I'm still lacking a little bit of Freon. I have a pound in there. It takes 1.88 pounds, so I need one more bottle. So, yeah, but definitely have air conditioning now. That is a major plus. This is going to be too hot, but it's not getting as cold as it should either, so I definitely need a little bit more Freon, so we're going to get some. All right, so I went inside, left the car running. Let's see where we're at now. Yeah, you can't tell me that motherfucker ain't cold. We still dropping. Look at that. Bam. Told you, inside of the vent. Yes, sir. Now let's shoot it from back here. See the accuracy different? Nope, still pretty good. Gotta love. These things are so amazing. But yeah, when you want real accuracy, go within 6 to 8 inches of the object. Gives you a real, true, good reading. So, we're almost down to 29 degrees, guys. And the inside of this cab feels extremely cold at this point. So if you ask me if I fix my problem, my answer to you is going to be, yeah. So I did buy one more can. We're going to add a little bit more just because it's a little slow getting the system going until you get some RPMs under it. But is it working? Yeah, obviously I fixed the problem. So, car's still staying cool, besides all the check engine lights that every old vehicle has. Everything's working fine. No overheating, nothing's going crazy. The AC compressor I put in, the new dryer, all that stuff is working great. So there you go. Bam.
Are you sure this is okay? You're in country, dude. Live a little. Now, she's pretty sensitive, so go easy on the throttle, okay? All right.